Am I the a-hole for wanting divorce because I think my wife intentionally got pregnant when I didn't want more kids? My wife, 43 female, and I, 46 male, have been married 10 years and have 3 boys. Our lives are very busy with work, kids, extended family, house projects, etc. I love my wife immensely and long to have an emotional and physical intimacy, even just kisses, hugs, hand holding, whatever with her. However, for most of our marriage, she has been completely focused on the kids. So we really only have a co parent roommate relationship. Of course, I understand this. The kids have to be top priority. But for the last 8 years or so, if there's not a kid in our bed at night, then my wife is in kids' bed with them. I try to get them to sleep in their own beds and encourage her to sleep with me alone, but it's rarely successful. I made it very clear to her that I do not want any more kids. I'm more than ready to get our relationship back on track now that the youngest is school age. I'm also exhausted and overwhelmed all the time with everything on my plate. I can't and don't want to add another kid to the mix. She, on the other hand, longs for a fourth baby. We've gone back and forth so much, but I am adamant that we should just enjoy the 3 we have. My wife is on birth control and has always made a point to have an alarm set, so she takes it same time every day. She's still trying to work on me to get me to agree to another baby, so I can't schedule a vasectomy yet. She brings it up at least once a day. But she told me a few days ago that she's pregnant. She's so happy and I'm devastated. She won't even consider termination. I love my wife so much. She's a great person, and I know in the end I'll love this baby. But now there's no end in sight to this overwhelmed, exhausted, emotionally lonely life. Also, I'm realizing that these last few months she's actually initiated intimacy several times, which never happens. I can't help think that she got pregnant on purpose. She wanted it so much she wasn't going to just give up. It would be in character, I suppose, for her to just do what she wants. I hate to say it, but she does discard my feelings on things quite often, and she knew there is nothing I could do about it. Would I be the a-hole if I told her I want a divorce? My kids are my life, and I don't want to leave them at all, but I feel like our marriage is not going to get any better. I've asked her to go to marriage counseling several times over the years, but she refuses every time, saying we don't need it. And now I've kind of lost trust in her. It would break my heart to do this to the kids. And I don't know if my feelings are worth doing it over. Please tell me if I'd be the a-hole here. Edit. To be clear, if we divorce, I will push as hard as necessary for 50-50 parenting time and joint custody for all the kids. They are my number one priority in life. I just don't know if my lack of emotional fulfillment in our relationship, my wife's general discard for my feelings, and the other marriage issues are worth tearing the kids' worlds apart. Edit 2. Because everyone is saying it, I didn't wear condoms because we never have, and if I suddenly started, she'd have accused me of not trusting her or become suspicious. And if I'd have just gone and gotten a vasectomy, she definitely would have been angry and felt betrayed. I was trusting her. I don't think OP is the a-hole in the slightest. This just sounds horrible. I don't understand. Like, they already have 3 kids. They're already busy with these 3 kids. What is 3 kids going to do for them if their marriage is already in shambles? Like, in order for kids to be happy, the parents have to be happy, and the home generally has to be happy. Then the kids can be happy. If 2 parents came and focus on it, don't have time for each other because they're so busy with kids and one is providing and one is taking care of them home, then that doesn't sound good. And eventually it's going to end in divorce. And children are not good when it comes to divorce. And on top of that, why is she getting pregnant without her husband's knowledge? That's literally a say in certain states. I heard getting pregnant or getting someone pregnant without their knowledge is harassment of some sort. I don't know if I'm wrong though. I heard that somewhere, so don't quote me. But what do you guys think? This just sounds she sounds very, very crazy, to be honest. Am I the a-hole for canceling our honeymoon and considering divorce when my wife made out with a female friend at our wedding? I, 24 male, recently got married this last week to my wife, 24 female. Let's call her Sarah. Me and my wife have been together for 4 years and have only had one major issue. My wife is a drinker. She only drinks about once a week, but usually drinks way more than she can handle. When we first got together, I realized she has a habit of making out with random women when she is drunk. Now, I don't think this is sexy or exciting. I myself am bisexual and I view this as cheating. After the second time I caught her about a few months into dating, I sat her down and told her that absolutely would not be okay as long as we are in a committed relationship. It took many conversations for her to understand that I was serious and viewed it as cheating. She promised to stop, but insisted that she didn't cheat. She was good about cutting back on drinking and being more mindful of me. However, over the years, I caught her kissing two other women. Once a random acquaintance, and the last time about 2 years ago was with her best friend turned maid of honor, Brooke 24 female. Important piece of information: after I caught her the last time, I had a complete total breakdown, and it took her coming to my therapy sessions and couples counseling for her understand how badly she hurt me. I told her if it ever happens again, regardless of the circumstances, I was out. This brings us to present. The wedding day comes around and it was perfect, happiest day of our lives and whatnot. Then the reception. We of course got pretty drunk, not blackout or belligerent, but definitely drunk. At some point, my wife asked me to get her a pair of comfortable shoes. On my way back, I see my wife with Brooke's tongue down her throat in the middle of the dance floor with her other bridesmaids. I stumped my way into the reception, pushed Brooke out of the way, and said something along the lines of, "What the F are you doing?" At this point, everyone stopped and looked at us, and I just threw the shoes and walked out. Sarah chased me out, bawling hysterically. Since this happened, I canceled our tickets and hotel reservation for our honeymoon. I am strongly considering divorce. My lovely wife has gone from begging to crying to name calling. She ultimately decided I was a massive a-hole for embarrassing her at our wedding and throwing away our relationship over nothing. I think I'm just done this time. She's hurt me so many times and can't even see what she's doing wrong. So, am I the a-hole? I'm sorry, I really don't like to blame people for other people's actions, but I genuinely think he caused this for himself, because how many times has she done this before they even went and, got married? She did this the entire relationship. There's no point of communicating with someone if they don't want to comprehend what you're telling them. And there's no point of setting boundaries if the boundaries kept getting crossed. He set a boundary, she crossed it, he communicated, she never comprehended it, she just kept doing it over and over. Why in God's green earth did he think that marrying her was going to change her mind from doing what she was doing to begin with? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like he let this go for too long. As soon as she started doing this, and he should have just let her go and find someone else. I understand people who willingly cause themselves heartaches and headaches. Like, I don't know. But what do you guys think? This is so weird. I don't know. I've never drank alcohol before. I'm not a drinker. So when people get drunk, I heard drunk minds think sober thoughts, or whatever it's called. Do people just do any and everything they want just because they're drunk? That's weird. Maybe then she shouldn't drink if she's doing this. Clearly she doesn't care too much, because she always knows that he's always gonna take her back, no matter every time she does it, and no matter how many times he says please don't do it. So maybe he needs to cancel the marriage, the honeymoon, and this entire relationship altogether.